Go so far. Just one more, then I must leave. But it does taste so good. You should try one yourself. Oh, so good to see you again. Do you want to look at my wares? Since you've claimed to have travelled to all the regions of Revlon, maybe you've heard talk of the three holy weapons. I know not exactly, but I've heard many strange things. I heard many strange things can be found in the Dark Forest. Maybe look there. Somewhere? Yes, I've heard. I don't really. How does that fall? Yes, I've heard the amulet, one of the so-called holy weapons, can be was buried with the body of the elven lord Siren. However, his grave can't be found on the elven burial grounds because he lived long, long ago. Maybe elves have another place where they used to bury their dead. It could be anywhere then. Yes, I'm afraid. However, I have heard rumors. Go on, I'm listening. There's talk of ancient ruins somewhere in the northeastern part of the forest. Rumor has it was also an old burial ground, but none can be sure. But do you think it's still there? Well, the place is said to be cursed with all manner of undead creatures roaming about the place, ready to strip the soul from any who dare enter the place. Rumors are sound enough to keep even the most hardened grave robber from going near. Okay, what do you have? I wish I could compare it to what I currently have. Okay, it seems like I've talked to everyone that's anyone here. So I'm gonna, when I next level, I'm gonna get a rank in pickpocketing. Though I think I'm gonna put a few ranks in before I try, because like the text said, it seemed too easy. Welcome to the general store. I'm Webtime, this owner of the shop. Please browse around. I have items and wares from across all parts of Rivellon. Do you import items from other regions? Well, yes, I've received food and clothes from South, find crafted tools from the dwarves, and wine and herbs from the elves also arrive here. How goes business lately? All my customers are from the farmlands. I do a lot of business with farmers nearby. In fact, as a matter of fact, I urgently need this bill taken to the farmer Hugh. I'll do as you ask and deliver the order bill to Hugh. That's mighty fine. Take this bill to him as quickly as possible. Find Hugh in the farming community near Castle Stormfist. What do you have to offer? Not much. Mm. Alright, let's double back and we'll head to the farmlands. Barracks. Then if we go this way, we'll find the farmlands and we'll find the teleporter stone I missed. I feel bad that the game's going on this long, but it's not that I'm drawing it out intentionally, it's just I'm new to the game. Especially since I've been only playing on and off. Ends up meaning that I'm not playing as I have to get used to the game again when I next get to it. Ooh,
I don't have the skills to do that.
damn.
That was agreeable. How wonderful.
Okay, my alchemy isn't high enough to actually use the big ones. Which is fine. Small ones are good enough.
Superb.
Homer. Greetings, stranger. Name's Homer. Own this farm together with my wife, Trista. How can I help you? What? Tell me about your farm. And this farm for my grandfather. The old man wasn't satisfied with his life in the big town, so I decided he might do better settling down in a rural area. With hard work, he built a productive farm within 5 years. Aye, if it wasn't for trolls, this place could be a paradise. Got problems with trolls, friend? Oh aye, trolls have been raiding our farms and killing the cattle. One nasty brute even tried to attack me several days ago when I was coming from my 5 acre pasture. Lucky I saw him coming and ran into the hay barn with the sable boy. The big mean the big bastard beat on the door a while, then gave up. The troll, I mean, not the stable boy. Okay, it was that Trista had the sense to stay in the house. Heard her screaming with panic the whole time. Was deadly afraid she might rush out to try and save us. Say, friend, you're an adventurer by your looks. Why didn't you go on a troll hunt and free us from their maraudings? Perhaps I could aid you, friend. I've yet to meet a troll that could draw living breath after a fight with me. Aye, well, don't be too cocky. Trolls don't kill with their bad breath, but with sharp talons. Let one get inside your guard, and it'll gut you faster than you can say knife. Where can I find the main lair of the trolls? Don't tell me I've just to follow my nose. As well as I, that their stench seems to be coming from every which way. I spotted what seemed to be the main lair when I was out fishing in the river. There's a bridge to the west, which connects the Elrot region to the farmlands. Cross that bridge and head straight to the southwest. I'll go do that at some stage. I'll do it in a moment. Potentially. Boss, it's late to be wandering around, stranger. Careful, or one of us farmers might take you for a cattle rustler, but narrow into you. So young Duke Janus claims he's a divine one, does he? Well, I for one hope the rumor's true. His dad, God's rest him, was a fair enough ruler, but these hard times need something more than that. We need a semi-divine protector. I'm very much for gate if the cows can just open it. Wait, that's the tavern. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. I don't want to be rude, but I'm not in a moment to talk right now. I've lost my faith and decency of the world. There's no justice. There's just us. I'm lost in rage and sorrow. What happened to you, my good man? My son and I went on a hare hunt. It was a beautiful day. The sun was blazing. We're boiling even in our light hunting lighters, and it attacked without warning. We were attacked? A troll. Damn its stinking guts. It didn't wheel field till we came up close to it. Tried to protect my son, but I was thrown down and away. The troll ripped him with its filthy claws. Gods, I can still hear him screaming. Tried to help him, but my leg was broken. Oh gods, why didn't that thing take me instead? Why couldn't it have killed me too? I would give my soul to save my boy. I'm sorry, old man. It may mean little to you, but you've taken a grievous loss. But I'll see to it. Now you've taken a grievous loss. Such a grievous loss. We'll see to it that the death of your son is avenged. Ha! Brave words, stranger. The death of a whoop of trolls won't bring my son back. Don't you understand? The boy was so young and innocent. My own wife left me. Was the only person in the world that mattered to me. Tom. Good day to you, mercenary. I've judged your trade right, have I not? My name's Tom. I'm looking for a reliable, bright-witted person to do a job for me. See, I've had some troubles with cattle thief recently. I want them tracked down and word of his identity brought back to me. What do I look like to you? A bloodhound? Someone stealing your cattle, go call the militia. Listen, Over the last week, someone's made off with no less than 4 of my best cows. And I was a man, not a sinking troll, because the trolls don't leave tracks made by human-sized boots. I'll find your cattle rustler for you, Tom. Sounds like an interesting case. I'm reasonably sure that the thief must live hereabouts. To lead stolen cows more than a few miles without attracting attention is next to impossible in a country area like this.
Marie, my first wife. May she finally rest in peace. Joshua, my little boy. O holy gods, make all trolls suffer.
Okay, there's people in this place. Or not. What was that? Empty washing tub. Rufus. Leave the farmland, stranger. Too many bad things have been happening around here of late. I don't know if you're part of it, but either way, you'd best be kicking the dust of this place off from your heels. What? You seem worried, friend. Tell me what ails you. Well, it might not be much, but I saw a queer man lurking near my cornfield. Dressed all in black he was, and I got the impression he was looking for something, or someone. Didn't like his manner. Not at all, I didn't. You saw a man through the cornfields? Is that all that's got you so jumpy? There's something wrong about him, stranger. Fair sent shivers down my spine. I've seen plenty of killers in my time. You, for instance. But this fellow was no mercenary or soldier. This one was a viper in a man's skin, if I saw one. I only spoke a few words to him, but I saw he was the type to cut a man's throat just for the fun of watching him flop about. Steer clear, if you want my advice. Do you know of any other troubles around here? Aye. Poor Reginald's young son was killed by a troll. The brute tore the boy to shreds, while his wounded father could only look on. It's fair broken poor old Reg's heart. Can't wander far from shelter with such beasts lurking about. Fit man can outrun a troll if he has a head start, but you have to see them coming.
That was agreeable.
It's a rather clunky system. I like it. You know, it's fine, but it's clunky as hell. A long time ago, I used to be adventurer like you. I met a lot of interesting people on the road. Yes, those were wonderful times indeed. I would like to hear one of your adventures. Well, let's see. I've been to too many exotic places. Do you want to hear the tale of the Assassin's Hunt, or of the adventure at the Cursed Abbey? The meeting at the Cursed Abbey. Well, one of Duke Forel's cronies paid me to take a sealed letter into the dreadful Cursed Abbey. I know I've read this before, but I'm reading again. I hurried to get there and was away as quick as I could. I'm a brave man, but that place has a very black reputation. But I was young and reckless in these days. Otherwise, I would have thought twice about such mission, then spat it back in the fop's face. Anyway, I realized my mistake when I passed through the ancient portal. Damn place was crawling with the undead. I can never stand walking corpses. They just ain't natural. Aye, well, the undead attacked me, but I was too quick for them to lay a rotten hand on me. Luckily, I brought a large vial of holy water with me. Bought off a young priest. So I used a vial of holy water to get rid of creatures. Who's telling the story, may I ask, you or me? Anyway, yes, sprayed holy water over them, burned them away like vitriol. They vanished like wax mannequins in a baker's oven. Dropped a sealed message on the staircase, gods know who or what it was for, then left the cursed place like a rat out of a dog kennel. Never been back since, never will again, neither if I can help it. Well, several years ago, I was hunted by a group of assassins. It was over bad gambling debt or some trifle. Anyway, I was walking down the dark river town alley when two dropped behind me and two in front. Silenced death's laughter they were, but I sensed they were there before they could strike. I drew my twin, pearl-handled scimitars and charged the two in front. Caught them by surprise. They were used to fat city merchants who cowered and offered bribes in the face of death. But I was a born killer, just like them. cut down the two in a single strike. Low belly cuts, the best way to take unarmored opponents down in restricted space, I've always found. But the other two were right on my back before I could jerk my swords free. A strange wizard appeared out of nowhere, standing over me as I was cornered, hauling my swords out of the first two backstabbards. I thought there was another of them, but the next moment, the two remaining assassins were screaming pillars of flame. Wizard helped you out of trouble? Did he know you? I already said that he was a stranger to me. Don't interrupt. He looked very confused and walked past me without saying a single word. Stood in that alleyway, blood splashing everywhere, lit by burning corpses. I just couldn't believe my luck. Spent the rest of the night getting drunk, and the next morning, with his stinking hangover, I killed the bugger who sent assassins after me. Ha! I like your sense of humor. If you are joking, that is. Yes, it's true. I really am a retired adventurer who's decided to spend the rest of his life on a peaceful farm. Ah, that's clean country air. You know, I've always dreamed about settling down in the country. Now, alas, I've done it. I'm still strong enough to keep up with the farm work, and sometimes, when I want to relive the old glories, I tell Buzz Sable Boys of my adventures. Little add that. Imagination bigger than his head. Tell me more about Buzz. Find Buzz over in Stables. He's a decent bucko. Grew up in the farmlands, never left this area in his whole life. I once showed him a map of the Dark Forest, and he told me he didn't know there's a world outside the dukedom. Ha! I've been setting the boy straight. There's potential there, you know. I'm not gonna venture out of the lad yet. Huh. No quick way in, so I'm just gonna keep on moving, but you know what, sure, I'll drop a thing down on the map. Okay. The Adventure of the Dreaming Gem, reminisced by Coram Blood Club, Orc Adventurer, and Jewel Thief. Part 5, Flight. I'm a mountain bred orc, so it didn't take over long for me to spike climb a wall only 20 orcs in height. The top of the wall was rounded to prevent thieves climbing up with grapple lines, but that also meant there was little snow up there when I straddled it, which was a minor relief. Shadow, my dwarven thief companion, let herself down from my back and helped me unpack the hide-bound bundles I'd brought with me all this way. These bloody elven inventions better work, she whispered, as we unwrapped them and started fitting the components together. If they don't, you only have a short fall in which to curse me, so I suggest you call me some names now, just in case. Shadow complied, using some of the fruitiest language I've heard outside of a human brothel. The packages contained woodland wings, an elf invention that allowed short flights of about 40 orc lengths or so, made of elf zinc stretched over a frame of very light but very strong wolf tree wood. The wings were triangular in shape and hooked to shoulders. A basic lifting spell gave them a little boost on takeoff. In fact, the woodland wings worked perfectly. I'd feared they might not fly well at night with no thermals to ride. The tower in the centre of the snowbound garden was a good 2 orcs shorter than the surrounding wall, and the wings carried us down to it swiftly but safely. As I looked down during flight, however, I saw that Demon Hastur had set to guard his garden, standing black and huge in the moonlight, staring up at us with fiery eyes. The instant I hit the flat roof of the tower, I removed the wings and drew my sword, expecting the demon to come bounding up at the wall after us. But all was quiet. Cautiously looked over the parapet, but the demon was gone, vanished without leaving so much as a footprint in the snow. Shadow on my side grunted, but without surprise. As I hoped, she whispered, the demon is an illusion, a kind of scarecrow, invisible to those outside the tower. Hastur is an illusionist, not a summoner. It was then my turn to call her some pungent names to keep me in the dark. Oh, here's Hugh. Well met, stranger. I'm Hugh Delabre, at your service. I used to be a fine teller before I moved to Farmlands. How can I help you? Leptine from the general store asked me to deliver this order bill to you by hand. Easier said than done, my friend. Until we can solve the problem of the poisoned fields, we can't ship grain